The lower the angle you get on that knife, the better it's going to slice. A lot of times you'll see me actually using it upside down like that because that places my blade almost flat. We're now going to install a carpet pad. I'm going to just take, now I got my pad in the center of the room, roll it up to the edge, and I want to leave just an inch, maybe 2 inches up on the wall, just like that. Step over on the pad and kick it to the other side. I want to pull it back and look approximately where the pad is going to touch the wall, right there. With that being said, I'm going to take and cut right where my hand is. That's going to give me just a few inches up the wall. I've got 2 layers here now. I'm going to fold this up past my closet doorway right there, and I'll grab this end, do the exact same thing, and I'm just going to pull it straight back. I'm going to choose to line this wall. I want to pull my pad so it just falls flush to the edge of the tack strip, just like that. I don't want to have a gap, and I don't want to have it compressed tight up against it. Want to just have it laying loosely right beside it, just like this. I've got this overlapped. What I want to do is pull this piece and drop it down flush with this edge of the pad. Again, we want to have these seams butted without compression, but yet we don't want to have any gap. So I'm not going to cut this down 100% perfect at first. I want to just come to my corner, little slip back, being careful not to cut too deep so I don't cut through both layers of pad, and then I'm going to cut straight over, leaving myself again just a couple inches up on the wall. Now that's cut, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and push it right directly in line with this angled wall. Again, we want to purposely have a little bit up on each wall. So I'm actually going to come up on top of the tack strip and just cut back that direction with the length of the wall. Now all that is free. We do have a little bit of different scenario right here because of this wall right here. So with that right there, we just kind of have to envision how that's going to fold over with that. What I'm going to do is, since I'm there at the corner, cut straight back, and that will fold right over in there just like that. Okay, it's all cut down on both sides. We're going to fold it straight in now. This side of the door jamb, again, keeping it on top of the tack strip so we're not short. Cutting straight around that way. That'll completely free that up and allow that to fold in there. Same thing on this side, on the tack strip, not out here. There we go. We got all this excess on the one side. I'm just going to take and cut it all the extra off. Again, leaving just a couple inches up on the wall. All right, I'm going to place my hand here and get a good feel for the tack strip. See what I'm talking about here? And I'm going to place my knife right against the tack strip. My blade is literally running right beside the tack strip, just hard enough to cut through the pad. This is what you want to end up with as a finished result. And hey, if you're getting value out of this so far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. These 3 pieces of tack strip right here, I want to cut all of them individually, okay? So what I'm going to do is fold it back right where the joints are in the tack strip. I'm going to go ahead and release this pad and make it get all the tension off of it, okay? I don't want it pulling or twisting itself at any way whenever I make these cuts. I want them to just be completely relaxed, okay? The center piece is the furthest. I'm going to go ahead and make that cut first. Again, filling with my left hand, filling the tack strip, placing my knife right at the edge. Pad is actually pretty tough to cut if you're trying to use a utility knife or something. The lower the angle you get on that knife, the better it's going to slice. A lot of times you'll see me actually using it upside down like that because that places my blade almost flat on the pad, so it does more of a slicing motion rather than like this, a tearing, pulling motion, okay? I'm fixing to show you how to staple the pad down, adhere the pad to the subfloor using a slap stapler. Only deviation from what I'm going to show you is if your carpet pad has a protective moisture barrier on it, you're going to want to use a roll of duct tape to secure the seams. If you're installing carpet on a concrete slab and you're not able to staple the pad to the floor, you're going to want to get yourself some of this spray adhesive. Fold your pad back, go around the perimeter of your room and down the seam of the pad. Let it set for just a few minutes. Fold it back over in the adhesive. Where you're going to want to apply your staples is just about like that, okay? So I'm about a 1/2 inch from the edge. That way it's not creasing the very edge of my pad all the way down, and I've still got some buoyancy there, some spring, if you will. And we're going to do this about every 6 inches on the pad seam. Around the perimeter of the room, we don't have to go every 6 inches. You can actually get by with about every foot between each staple. I'm going to leave some links in the show notes where you can get these tools to help you through your job.